All right, YouTube, welcome to day 7 of Squat and Lunge Every Day. It's a Sunday morning. Don't really have anything actually programmed. So we're just going to do some testing for next week. I'm going to start band waves, so I'm going to add a band to my squats and my deadlifts. And I haven't been under bands in a while, so I thought using Sunday as a test day to get used to that would be wise. So hopefully it does not wind up hurting me. But if you haven't used bands, I highly recommend them. It's a different beast if you've ever used them before. Sorry about that chirp there, but it doesn't continue, so don't worry. Warming up the knees here. Don't have a dead mill, don't have a slant. Well, that's not true. I have a slant board, but don't have a sled or anything here in the garage gym. So this is how I warm up my knees. Just elevated heel touches. Just as many reps as you can. This is usually about 20 to 25 reps here. And then you can add plates to make it more difficult. I actually add my little foam slant board here. Takes away the range of motion problems. And this really feels good on my knees, warming them up. So bare bones, but honestly, this is all you really need. Hopefully I'll add a few more pieces of equipment to the garage over the next 6 months, we'll say, because I do actually want to train here full time. It's kind of one thing that I'm hoping with the YouTube, that if it grows a little bit, it gives me a little more incentive to keep pushing. So I'll add a few more pieces, but more on that at a different time. So I guess I was feeling like really needed to warm up the knees here, so did a lot of sets on this and all that jazz. So I guess it couldn't hurt. So we're moving on, I think, now. Yeah, okay, this is what I really want to talk about. Tried this for the first time. It's a seated dumbbell good morning. I know this looks probably not that hard or anything, or kind of weird, but this lit me up on my notes here. So I highly recommend you trying this if you want to. Really fires up the inner thighs and, for me, my glutes. So I had to elevate my bench because I got long arms to get that range of motion. But I had seen this for a long time, but truthfully I was like, that ain't gonna do, nothing. And then earlier this week, when I needed to warm up, I wanted to do something different. So I decided to try it at the other gym, and I was sore as hell the next day. So I'm gonna add these in, especially when I'm warming up at home and stuff. Just sit on the bench, tabletop your back. Try it out if you want to try something super interesting. All right, so we're gonna move to the hip circle. This is a really good thing to have on hand if you're doing rehab or anything like that. So kind of warming up with some monster walks here. My garage is not that far, so I got to kind of make do with what I got. So we're going to go back and forth here until I feel the burn in the outer hips. Honestly, it doesn't take me that long. So pick this up online. It's pretty good. I have tested this with squats. It is kind of awkward. So I would get a different band than this. Then we're going to sit down, kind of do these, I think they're just called clamshells, but yeah, just high reps on the hips, get warmed up. My knees are warm, my hips are warm, so we're about ready to squat here. All right, so we're on to the main show here, front squats with bands. The key to this is I have the bands double wrapped or doubled up. That's, I guess, how the lingo is from the Core G fitness world. You don't just attach at the ends, you actually loop the band all the way around and then have both ends at the barbell. So for the longest time when I tried them, I did it the wrong way, and then the first time I ever double wrapped them, I got bent over like a little punk. So yeah, keep that in mind when you're using the bands. Or if you use the bands. So just trying to find my starting weight here. Like I said, I haven't been under bands in a while. So 95 looks pretty good here. I was actually feeling pretty good today, so pushed it a little bit. The most I've ever done with bands is 2 bands. So this will be an interesting process because I have goals to get more than 2 bands. So I'll have to find out, or we'll have to see on week 3 how I do with 2 bands. So moving up to 135. I've messed around with single bands a lot, so I felt pretty confident, and that's half the battle, I think, with squatting with bands, is just feeling confident that you can get the weight. So get this rep here. Here we go. Yeah, not too bad. Calling it there just to get, I have heavy front squats tomorrow with heavy deadlifts, so no sense in just pushing it. Probably could have squeaked out like maybe 145, 155, but live to squat another day. So, and then we moved on to the real work, the lunges, 7 days in a row. So last day at 100 meters right here. Starting tomorrow, we're going up to 200, and yeah, 200 is really not that bad, but it's more about just building the consistency. So good workout for a Sunday morning. Kept the streak going, kept the momentum going, built a little momentum, and that's what it's all about. So day 7 is here. I'm super pumped for day 8. Hope anyone that watched this is doing well, and I will see you next time.